Marvel Champions, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to the Wolf's Den of Champions, where we go over and we dedicate everything about Marvel Champions. Today, we're going to be going over this hero right here. If you guys have been following the channel for long, or the past 2 weeks, you've realized that we're doing a rate and review progression series where we're going to be rating every single hero from the core box all the way to the current expansion now. That is correct. It's going to take a little bit of time, but bear with me. Once we're done with it, we're going to know every single hero. We're going to have them rated, which one's the best, which one's the best for this, which one's the best for that. So it's going to be awesome. So if you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe and join us on the journey. The ratings that we're going to be doing these heroes, I'm basically rating them off of 5 different categories, which is going to be survivability, how easy the hero is to set up, versatility, board control, and their alter ego. These are the 5 categories that I am rating the heroes, all the way from the core box to the current expansion. And let me know if you agree with them or if you don't agree with the classifications that I give them. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into the hero we're doing today. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have Thor, Odinson. I think this guy is very self-explanatory. Thor's hero kit is pretty much, well, what does Thor do, right? If we look at it and we look at the past rate and reviews, Thor naturally is a very big heavy hitter. He can take punches and he can fly. So if anything, I am going to guess, if I was first time here and never played Marvel Champions, I would say, okay, well, based on the categories that we're rating these heroes on, I'm going to say Thor is very survivable because he can take hits. He could deal hits. Versatile, well, I don't know about versatility. Board control, I don't know about board control either. Alter ego, yeah. Odinson has a personality, so maybe he'll have something there. And then the last one was, I believe, survivability, right? So survivability, versatility, how easy he is to set up. I always forget these. But you guys know, let me know in the comments what you guys think and what your guys' guesses are before I dive into them. But Thor here is the hero that we are going to be reviewing. And on Thor hero card side, let's start with the alter ego. How about that? Here we have Odinson. Is going to be a recovery of 4 alter ego, and he does have an action. He's got a hand size of 5, which is a little bit lower compared to most of the other heroes alter egos that we've been using from the core box. And hit points is 14, so he definitely can take a punch. He heals for 4, so that's really good, and he's got an action. He is the Asgard trait, and his action says worthy. Search your deck and discard pile for Mjolnir upgrade and add it to your hand, shuffle your deck, limit once per turn. Okay, so he in alter ego form can go and get Mjolnir whenever you discard it, or if it gets discarded, or if it gets returned to your deck. So that's pretty good. I know Mjolnir is his best buddy. It's his weapon, so he needs it. Going over to the hero side here, his hand size is very low, 4. Hit points are still the same. Thor here, he's an Avenger, Asgard. He's got 1 thwart, 2 attack, and 2 defense. And his hero response is have at thee. Response: after you engage a minion, draw 2 cards. Limit once per phase. So he's definitely going to be, he can get you some cards, but you're going to have to engage a minion, which means he's going to have to do a lot of attack there. So it looks pretty good, looks pretty fun, especially if you spice up the modulars to be very minion heavy. I can definitely see him in aggression, or you would just to add more cards to your hand. You could probably even do a leadership and just have him attack. Let's see, what else could you do? He could probably even do a justice because his Thor is 1. And my mind really just goes to, with Thor here, it really just goes to aggression. So I would probably build him in aggression first. See, I mean, that's his pre-con. That's what it comes with, is aggression. And build him off aggression. And then if I wanted to play something else, a little something more spicy, that's where I would go and do something more thematical, or see what else I could come up with. The whole minion, after a minion engages you, to draw 2 cards. For the most part here, let's go into the rest of the cards. All right, so Thor's Thor's ally, Lady Sif. She is expensive. She costs 4. She has a 2 thwart, 2 attack, and 3 health. So not bad stats, pretty good stats, and she's got a response. After Lady Sif enters play, ready Thor or Odinson. So pretty much you want to do something with Thor, do something with Odinson. If you are going to play Lady Sif, then go ahead and play Lady Sif so you can unexhaust Thor there. So that's pretty cool. She's a wild. That is her resource that she generates here. Then we have 3 copies of Defender of the 9 Realms. So this here is part of Thor's hero kit. It's a hero action event. It costs 0. It's a thwart. So Defender of the 9 Realms here. It's kind of cool. The artwork also really is pretty cool. You got Heimdall back there, and then you got Thor's dad there. And it says here, hero action thwart. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a minion. Put that minion into play, engage with you. Remove 3 schemes. 3 threat from a scheme. So after you engage a minion, so you can, this is a good way, and it kind of just like his ability, his response, his hero response kind of ties in with these cards already. So that's really good that already like circles around the first 3-4 cards that we're in. We already see that it revolves around minions and engaging them, and this costs 0, and it's also a way to remove threat from a scheme. So that's really good, because I don't see myself, when I do play Thor, I don't see myself in Alter Ego a lot. Just besides searching for Mjolnir, and that's about it. But besides that, he doesn't really have a good action on Alter Ego. But let's continue on. We get 1 copy for Asgard. For Asgard! I feel like you have to say it in that like kind of accent, because it's Asgard and stuff. So it's a 1 cost event for Asgard, Alter Ego action. Search your deck or discard pile for a card with Asgard trait and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck after. Or it doesn't say after, but it says shuffle your deck. So it's a 1 cost. It's a 1 cost search. It's an event, so it's not going to be the best, but it is kind of good. Well, these are not Asgard. Maybe there's more cards here that are Asgard. Let's see. You could probably go ahead and search for, not these are superpowers. You can search for the location. You can search for Asgard itself. You can search for the, okay, cool. So you can search for the upgrades. And the support with that card. So that's actually kind of good, because it adds like an extra copy. If you really think about it, it's an extra copy of those cards. And if it's in your discard pile, you can just go ahead and grab it. So that's kind of nice. Thor's pack also comes with 3 event cards here that are attack superpowers. This is going to be his hammer throw here, where he attacks. It's a 3 cost event. And it's an attack superpower hero action. So you exhaust Mjolnir, you deal 8 damage to an enemy and return Mjolnir to your hand. This card gains overkill. So that's kind of nice, because you can smack an enemy for 8, right, with hammer throw. The rest of the damage goes to the villain. You engage them, you grab Mjolnir back to your hand, and you also draw 2 cards from that interaction there. Or you could just hammer throw 8 damage straight to the villain's face. So that's actually pretty good. It's very Thor. So like I said, and how I predicted, I feel like Thor is going to be very just get out of my way. I'm going to just smash you with my hammer here. You get 2 copies of Lightning Strike, which is a superpower 1 cost event. Generates the genius or mind resource there. Hero action, spend X amount of energy resource, deal X amount of damage to the villain and each minion engage with you. This attack ignores tough status if you have aerial trait. So that's kind of cool. It's just like a super big attack. it is a hero action. So say you are Thor, you have 2 other cards, well, 3 other cards, you pay 1 for that. Potentially you could only do 2 unless you load up with cards on the next turn and then do it. Other than that, I don't really see this being a really good card because of Thor's hand size. But say you attacked a bunch of minions and you got a lot of cards back to your hand, then that way you could do a really, really big lightning strike, but that you would have to make a whole deck revolved around that. So I think it's possible. Probably a deck out there already that has that and that's thought about that, but that's just what I see and how I see it there. Asgard is going to be one of Thor's supports, actually his only support here. It is going to be a 3-cost support, and you get a +1 hand size. So that's kind of cool. Thor will be a 5 hand size in hero mode, and then a 6 hand size in alter ego there. So Asgard is a card, and Asgard is a card. Here we have 2 copies of God of Thunder. This card is actually really one of Thor's best cards, I think, because you exhaust God of Thunder, you generate a energy resource, and it's an upgrade. It costs 2 to put into play, but it does give you his generate some wild resources there for his other heavier attacks, like his hammer throws. You can play lightning strikes. You can actually use 2 of these to put 2 onto lightning strike and then 2 other cards. So that's kind of like 4 cards there. So that's kind of something. And then if you have Asgard, that's 3 damage, I think. So there's play there. There's definitely play. You just gotta, that's the best thing about Marvel Champions, I think, is deck building. You gotta look at all the cards that you have. If you have the whole collection, then you got more to open. I got, like I said, a plethora of collection here. If you want to see the pictures on my Twitter, I have the whole collection just slowly but surely going up because I want to get the full experience. Here we have Mjolnir. It's a 1-cost upgrade. This is his ace card, technically. Thor gets +1 attack and gains aerial. So this is how he gains aerial, and this is how he gains a +1 attack, putting him at a 3 attack. That's actually pretty good here. Restricted, so it's an Asgard weapon. Max 2 restricted cards per player. So Mjolnir is definitely his weapon of choice. Then Thor has got a 2-cost upgrade here. Thor's helmet, Asgard armor card, and you get +5 points. So putting Thor to 19 health, I think it falls aligned with my predictability, like what I predicted on what Thor is going to be here. So 100% starting off the bat, I'm going to say his survivability is 100% there. So I'm going to give him a thumbs up on survivability. Versatility, I'm not going to give him a thumbs up on versatility because it just looks like he is very attack and minion heavy. He's got 3 cards to remove 3 threat from a scheme, which is kind of nice, but 3 cards, if you play 40, that's 3 cards out of 40. That's a 3 and 40 chance. Not the best odds. If you play like me and you play 50 cards, 3 in 50 chances is not a really good chance to get those stored cards. He does generate resource, which is nice. He gives himself an extra hand here. He's got 5 cards for damage. He's got 1 card to search, which is an event. If it was a support, it'd be really nice because then you can go ahead and get those resources a lot faster. I do like that he's able to get Mjolnir. What I don't like about this is that you have to exhaust. You exhaust Mjolnir, you deal 8 damage to the enemy, and then you return Mjolnir to your hand. This card gains overkill. So I don't really like the return Mjolnir to your hand kind of part. Like, what's the purpose of exhausting it and then having to return it back to your hand to play it all over again for 1, to do it all over again? I mean, I see the science and I get it. Because it's Thor, you kind of have to continuously play the hammer because he's always using it and bringing it back and all this other stuff. So it does make sense. Versatility, like I mentioned, I'm going to give him a thumbs down. Survivability is an instant yes. Board control, I'm going to have to give him a thumbs down on board control just because he looks like he's going to struggle with thwarting. Even with like minions and how minions spawn, he really doesn't have a lot of minion. Like, if he gets swarmed by minions, he's got to play a 3 cost to get rid of 1. This card gains overkill to get rid of 1 to go to the enemy. I mean, he does have a 2 attack. He's got a way of getting more attack with his Mjolnir, so 3 damage is pretty strong for each attack, but he doesn't have really like a lot of... Yeah, I can see that he could probably scheme out really quick. He could probably get overrun by a lot of minions. All these interactions are pretty much just once per phase, limit once per phase here, as you can see. 1 card hand size, God of Thunder. So yeah, his board control, his versatility are both going to be thumbs down there. Survivability is pretty much the only thumbs up that we have so far. His easiness to set up, I'm going to say as soon as he comes out, he's set up. And you could even set him up first turn. You just activate the action, you grab Mjolnir to your hand. Now you have 6 cards because of the 5 that you start with, and then Mjolnir makes it a 6. So you already start with everything you need. He doesn't really need anything else, like his upgrades. I mean, his helmet would be nice, but he doesn't need his helmet, right? These God of Thunder setups, upgrades would be really nice as well. Asgard would be really nice as well, but he doesn't need them. He's a pretty solid hero with his stats 2-2-1 or 1-2-2. And he comes in already ready to go. So for survivability, thumbs up. Easiness to set up, thumbs up. Now going into his alter ego, it kind of just does one thing. And you kind of just do this one thing once, unless there's a card that really like makes you shuffle this back into your deck, makes you lose Mjolnir in some way or somehow. I'm pretty sure there's a card somewhere that just like gets this banned, or like it removes it from game, or put it to your discard, shuffle your deck, some kind of thing, right? There has to be some kind of situation that this will happen, but it's very linear, very one-off effect here. So you just search your deck for, or discard pile for Mjolnir, you add that upgrade to your hand, and you shuffle your deck. So I'm gonna have to give him a thumbs down there as well. It only does one thing, and you don't really have a good reason to go into Odinson besides that. And recovery of 4 is nice, but he's got a lot of health points. So you won't be going back and forth. Only when you get low, you'll definitely go into Odinson, recover for a little bit of health here, and then pretty much next turn, you'll be back ready to go for Thor here. So you're not scoring the best, my guy. I really like Thor. Thor is one of my top favorite Avengers here. But overall rating and score for Thor. I really like Defender of the Nine Realm, and I wish I could rate him more. But this card here is only 3 cards. But it's really nice because you discard cards from the top of the minion of the encounter until you get a minion. You put the minion into play and you engage it with you. You remove the threat and then you draw 2. So that's really nice there. But it's only 3 cards. So unfortunately, Thor doesn't really do a lot. He's very linear. So survivability, yes. What else? All right. So survivability, yes. Easiness to set up, yes. Then we have on the other spectrum of the negatives here of not so good, we have versatility, thumbs down, board control, thumbs down, and alter ego. Sad to say it, but thumbs down as well. So he's going to be a 2 out of 5 rating for me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree with this rating. I might have been a little too harsh on him, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and this series. It's going to continue to progress. We're going to rate every single hero in Marvel Champions, from the core box all the way to the current expansion. So if you're watching this in current time, you're going with it with me. If you're watching this in the past or in the future, yeah, sure, in the future, then make sure to subscribe for more content. This is Dark Matter Wolf reminding you that you matter, here back at the Wolf's Den of Champions. I appreciate you guys so much. If you guys want to see more of the rate and review videos, go ahead and click right here, and YouTube thinks that you're going to like this video right here. All right, we'll see you next time. Peace.